Hey guys, welcome back to Algebra 3. Today we are going to work on solving linear and fractional equations. Right now, we're going to work on solving linear equations, and you'll know if an equation is linear if the x is raised to the first power. First power. And in fact, whenever you have a linear equation, it will look like the x does not have an exponent. But if there's no exponent written, then it's understood to be a 1. So this x is really raised to the first power. So any linear equation that you solve is going to have an x. And then our goal when we're solving linear equations is to figure out what x equals. So we want to get the x by itself. In other words, we want to work on isolating the variable. That's our goal. We want to get the variable or the letter all by itself. Now we might have to do a couple of things before we can isolate the variable, but that's what we're going to do first. So in my first equation, I see that the variable is 5x, but before I can isolate it, I am going to need to distribute that 1/2 to both parts. So I will have 9 equals 1/2 times 5x is 5 over 2 times x, plus 1/2 times 6 is 3. So now I am looking and I see that my variable is, oh, nope, don't want to do that. I need a highlighter. Where's my highlighter at? There we go. See that my variable is 5/2 x, so I want to try to get the 5/2 by itself. So I'm going to subtract the 3 on both sides. 9 minus 3 is 6, equals 5 over 2 times x, or 5/2 x. Now, if I don't like that fraction, I can see that the x is being, or the 5 is being divided by 2. So I can multiply both sides by 2. And I can do whatever I want to an equation as long as I'm doing the same thing to both sides. So when you multiply by 2, the left side, 6 times 2 is 12. On the right side, when you divide by 2 and multiply by 2, those cancel. Because 2 divided by 2 is 1. And that's how they cancel, because 1 times 5x is still 5x. So then I have 12 equals 5x. The x is being multiplied by the 5, so I can now divide both sides by the 5. So then my answer, which I'm running out of room, so I'm going to have to write it up here, is 12 divided by 5 equals, and then 5 divided by 5 cancels, so 12 divided by 5 equals x. And there's my answer to the first question. The second type, grab my highlighter here so I can see my x's. I'm trying to isolate my variable. I have a negative 8x here and a negative 6x on the left side. And notice that my x's are on opposite sides of the equal sign. So here's the equal sign. I have an x on the left and an x on the right. And I want to get all my x's on one side. So I'm going to pick this 6 that I want to move to the left. You can move the negative 8, but I prefer to have my x's on the left side. So to move the negative 6x, I need to take the opposite of negative 6x, which is positive 6x. And I'm going to add 6x to both sides of the equation to keep the equation balanced, because notice whatever I do to one side of the equation, I need to do to the other. Keep that equation balanced, only add to the like terms. Negative 8x plus 6x is negative 2x. Bring down the minus 9. Bring down your equal sign and bring down your 5. And now I can go about solving my problem. So the x is on the left side, so I'm going to get rid of the 9. Add 9 to both sides to the like terms. The 9's cancel now because negative 9 plus 9 is 0. Then on the left side of the equation, I have negative 2x equals 5 plus 9 is 14. Then x is being multiplied by negative 2. So now I can divide both sides by negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. So I have 1x, or just x. 14 divided by negative 2 is negative 7. So my answer to that one is negative 7. Then finally, I have an equation. It looks like I've got a lot going on. So what I'm going to tell you to do here is I'm going to tell you to distribute first. Because that's going to allow me to simplify the left and the right side of the equation. So I'm going to distribute first. So I'm going to distribute the 3 to negative 4x and to negative 1. 3 times negative 4x is negative 12x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And I'm going to bring everything else down. Then I want to point out where my variables are. My variables are negative 12x and negative 2x. This time they're on the same side of the equal sign. So if they're on the same side of the equal sign, you just combine them together. I don't need to do the opposite. They're already on the same side. I just need to combine negative 12 plus negative 2 to be negative 14x. And then also similarly, grab this green highlighter, negative 3 is a constant on the same side with positive 4. So I will combine those together as well. Negative 3 plus 4 is plus 1 equals 43. So we distributed first, but then we combine like terms. Now I can solve. So if I subtract 1 on both sides, because I'm trying to isolate the 14x, I have negative 14x equals 42. Now x is being multiplied by negative 14, so I can divide by negative 14 on both sides. And x equals, let's see, 42 divided by negative 14 is negative 3. So x equals negative 3 here.